Hey everybody, welcome to or back to my channel, My Kinda Stuff, and today we are going to be playing my TBR game to pick my November reads. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I play my TBR game, Love is in the TBR, every month to pick my books for the month. I do have a space on the board called the Kiss of Death, which if I land on the Kiss of Death, I have to spin a spinner wheel, and on that wheel is all of the series that I'm in the middle of, and I have to read the next book in whichever series it picks for me. That being said, I also made it a little harder on myself, and if I don't finish my TBR from the previous month, I have to add another Kiss of Death space to the board. However, I am proud to say that I did finish my TBR in October. So in the month of October, I had these 3 books that I own physically, as well as 4 that I read on my Kindle. So here we have Blood Covenant, No Gods, No Monsters, and God of Wrath. I finished all 3 of these. And then I also finished the 4 on my Kindle, which were Lenny Among Ghosts, Part of Your World, Kill Creek, and Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Volume 2. So that being said, I do not need to add another Kiss of Death to the board. So let's get right into roll 1. Okay, roll 1. A 3. 1, 2, 3. An X prompt. Treat your shelf. All right, so roll 1 gave us an X prompt, and the prompt was treat your shelf. So for this, I can buy myself a new book and read it. So I plan on doing a reading vlog coming up, and I have been wanting to read all of Jessie Hall's books. So I will be buying myself a copy of That Sick Love and reading that. Roll 2. That was a 4, even though it went way across the room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another X. A middle grade. All right, our second roll gave us another X prompt, and that was a middle grade book. For this one, I do not own it physically, but I am going to listen to Amari and the Despicable Wonders. This is book 3 in the Supernatural Investigations series. It just came out a couple months ago. I read books 1 and 2 as they came out. Absolutely love this series. It is so cute. And Amari is just such a strong, badass character for little girls to look up to. And yeah, this series is just fantastic. So I'm really excited to read this 3rd book. Roll 3. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another X. A hardcover. All right, our 3rd roll gave us yet another X prompt. Apparently, we're just getting all the X's tonight. And that gave us the prompt of a hardcover. And for this, I'm going to be reading Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. I got this book from Book of the Month as a free birthday pick. I have been hearing nothing but great things about it. It's supposed to be really eerie and creepy, and I didn't look into the synopsis at all because I feel like a lot of times that ruins horror books for me. I just want to go in and be surprised, but I cannot wait. Roll 4. Another 6. 1, 2. We're off the board. All right, and our next roll got us off the board. I can't believe that we only got 3 prompts this month. Last month was so mean to us. Yeah, that's crazy. So That being said, I'm obviously going to be reading way more than 3 books this month, so let's talk about everything else I have going on. All right, so next let's talk about the arc that I need to read. I have an arc of Puck and Prejudice through NetGalley by Leah Riley. This one I need to read by November 12th, so it will be at the top of my TBR. I read Leah Riley's hockey romance series, and it was so funny and so cute. Her humor is just fantastic, and all of her books were really quick reads. So I'm assuming it will be the same for this one. Here we follow a hockey player, and he goes back in time and meets um, our female main character who basically marries him because they're trying to get him back home to his time. And back in her time, she's not allowed to be a free woman. She needs to marry somebody and she doesn't want to. So it works out for her. And I'm just really interested to see how these two actually come together because they are from two different time periods and how this is all going to play out. Next, let's talk about our Love and Horror book club pick this month, which is Mayfly by CJ Lead. I have heard fantastic things about this. It is supposed to be very similar to like American Psycho, and it gives a lot of like Patrick Bateman vibes, and I'm so excited to get into this one. All right, next up, I have a couple LC Silver books that I want to read. The first one being Flawless, and then the second one actually being Heartless. I am part of a traveling book club, and Heartless is my book to read this month and annotate. So, as you can see, a couple people have already done so. And now it is my turn, but I haven't read book one yet. So, I need to read book one so that I can read this one, which is book two. So, they are both going to be on my TBR this month. Now, as I mentioned a little bit earlier in this video, I am going to be doing a Jessie Hull reading vlog, so I will be reading That Sick Love, but I will also be reading Hawk and Greenlight, and I I don't know really a ton about any of these, but they are all dark romances, which are my jam. Um, so yeah, I can't wait to dive into the Jessie Hull world and see how I like it. I also have plans to do an episode 2 of my Try Not to Die series, so I will be reading Try Not to Die and Brightside for this vlog. I read Try Not to Die at Grandma's House last month, and it was so much fun. These are an adult choose your own adventure series, and I am so excited for book 2. Now, later this month, I also plan on doing a cryptid reading vlog because there is a cryptid readathon going on in November as well. So I have 5 books that I would like to read for that. The first one being The Squonk and the Horned Beast. I don't know a lot about this one, but not only does it work for the Cryptid Readathon, it also works for a Horror Bingo Challenge, which was to read a book about a cryptid that I didn't know anything about. So Jenny recommended I read this one. So again, I know absolutely nothing about the Squonk, but I'm excited to check it out. Next up, I will be reading The Jersey Devil. Obviously, this is a book about the Jersey Devil. And again, I don't know a ton about the lore of this cryptid, so I'm really interested to get into it. The third book I'll be reading for this is A Death in Door County. This is some sort of like lake monster, and I grew up in Wisconsin, and we went to Door County every summer growing up. So I'm really interested in this one because I think, or I hope that it will hit really close to home for me. I'd be interested to see if like I recognize any of the places mentioned while I'm reading the book, just because I spent so much time in Door County. So yeah, I think that one will be really fun and kind of like nostalgic almost for me. Next, I will be reading Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I I don't know if I'm really that excited for this one. I've heard nothing but amazing things, but I just don't know if I care about like mermaids or sirens and like that kind of thing. which is what this book is. So we'll see. But again, this is another one that is on my horror bingo challenge. So I would like to get to it. And this seems like the perfect opportunity. And then the last book I have on my list of cryptid reads is Love and Other Conspiracies, which is a like monster rom-com. And this just looks absolutely adorable, and I can't wait to check it out. All right, so those are my reading plans for the month of November. I also plan on doing another TBR takedown video, but obviously those books will be a surprise because they are a spinner wheel pick for me. And I also plan on doing another 48-hour readathon challenge. So, again, those will be another surprise because I will be playing my TBR game and trying to beat it within one weekend. So, we'll see how that goes. I barely eked out a win last month when I did this. I think I beat it with like 30 minutes to spare. So like I barely made it through, but it was also really mean, gave me 9 books, which like just the fact that I was able to read 9 books in 48 hours really says a lot. I didn't get much sleep, but I did make it through. So, yeah, I'm super excited for another great month of reading. I have a very extended TBR here, so I'm hoping I can get to everything. And yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you plan on reading any of these books or what your most anticipated read for November is. And make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.